Family, how are you all doing this evening? Shout out to Tori and Rain. B1 salute to you. K is K Coftis 99. I'm just call you 99. You guys know I'm getting better with names. 99. Bronze the God. B1 to every single last one of you guys. I'm excited. Hold on. Excuse me. I am excited because this is a subject that I've been wanting to discuss all weekend. And I was thinking about making a recorded video. Because I've made some this past weekend. So shout out to Brown Skin Baddie and Torian Rain. If you guys have not seen those videos, you guys should definitely go and check those videos out. I wanted to do a recorded video about this, but I'm all like, nope, this needs a live. This is like a good start to the week. Now, I will be doing live call-ins tonight too. You just call me 99. Okay, got you. Let me see. Black Light, how you doing, brother? B1 to you. DSA, how you doing? Tawana, how you doing? How are you all doing this evening? Now, before I say this, let me state this. When I first started this channel, because I'm about to laugh. Hold on. Okay. When I first started this channel, a lot of people were supporting me. A lot of people were supporting me who are Nigerian. And then they see that I said some things against Pan-Africanism. So they were all like, you know, like, what's going on? You know, we were supporting you when you from the start in the beginning, like when you didn't have that many subscribers. And now that you have more of an audience, now you're all like, you hate Nigerians or you hate Africans. No, I don't hate Africans. Okay, let's get that clear. And I have to say that before I go off, because I will go off, but I don't hate Africans. I hate tethers. That's a difference. And the thing is that, unfortunately, you guys do a very, very bad job with calling your tethers out. So I have to do it. If you guys were on top of your game, doing it like how you're supposed to, there are some, very few, but there are some. But if you guys collectively were doing it like how foundational Black Americans, how we call out our coons, I wouldn't have to do it. But I have to do it because you guys won't do it. And it hits a nerve because it hits close to home. But if you guys wasn't, first off, collectively off code, and then the ones who are not really off code, if you guys would call each other out, and I don't have to, then it wouldn't seem like, man, FBA, you guys are just hating on Africans. No. There's a thing called tough love, and there's going to be a lot of that in this video. There's going to be a lot of that in this broadcast, okay? Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Now, first thing, I want to start off with, in case you guys have not seen it yet, I don't know if you guys have, but I will start off by reading an article. Okay. Let's see here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Ignore that ad, the ad towards the left of the screen. Let me see. Okay, we're at the top. I would have played a video, but YouTube loves to get copyright strikes. So yeah. And here we go. The family of a man in North Texas is demanding justice for his murder last weekend in Miami. So far, no one has been arrested in connection with the stabbing death of 27-year-old Christian Toby Abuseli. Quote, devastation doesn't quite describe what my family is experiencing now, end quote, said Abuseli's cousin, Karen Egubum. I'm going to try to say that again. I know I butchered that. Egbuna, I believe. Okay. Ubuseli was found dead, Ubuseli was found stabbed Sunday after the Miami police was says was after the Miami police say was a domestic dispute in a high-rise condo friends say he shared with his girlfriend. He later died at the hospital. Police say his girlfriend intentionally reported the incident. Ubuseli's family disputes any claim that the murder was an act of self-defense. Quote, this is one of the youngest in the family. He is loved, he is kind, he is caring, soft-spoken. The idea that this is somehow warranted is unthinkable, Egbuna said. And that's his cousin. The woman, police said, was detained at the scene and taken into a mental institution. Her name hasn't been confirmed. Now, this is like when it first happened. But we do have some more evidence that I will be sharing with you all later on. Okay. The Umumseli family attorney says he expects charges to be filed soon. At this point, here we go. Quote, at this point, all we're looking for justice. All we are looking for justice. We know the suspect that was involved in the incident has not been arrested, end quote, said attorney Larry Hanfield. Friends say Ubumseli and his girlfriend moved to Miami from Austin where they met. He grew up in North Texas and graduated from Plano East Senior High School, where his brother says he was captain of the football team. Quote, my brother was so caring, my inspiration, and inspiration to others, brother Jeffrey Ubumseli said. Okay. Ubumseli would have celebrated his 28th birthday next week. Okay. Okay. All right then. That's the end of that. There's some interesting things. Now, with the situation, if you guys notice, any of these situations, the first thing I noticed when I read this is that, oh, wow, I think it's very interesting that they're hiding her name, because had the roles been reversed, and this happens with all of these interracial relationships where the white killer kills the black girlfriend or the black boyfriend, they always hide the name until they can sponge the internet of any like anti-black remarks or any ties to a racist organization. They always do that. Okay, Ebony May is in here. Shout out to you, B1 sister. So that's the first. That's like I don't know. I think that the fact that, because if it was the boyfriend who stabbed her, now everybody knows who she is. They know who she is now, but at the time they didn't even want to release her name, which is crazy because they knew exactly who she was. The family knew who she was. The friends knew who she was, but the media didn't want to release her name. They released the family's name. They released the full name of the cousin, but they're not going to release the name of the white woman who killed him. Okay, that's them getting on code. They did that to get on code. All right, because they're like, okay, well, let's double check, and they do this anytime. Anytime it's a strict pattern that they follow every single time. Every single time a white person kills a black person, if they can, they will hide the name and they will scrub the internet so it can seem like, okay, this is not really a racial element to this. This is just a case of domestic dispute, domestic violence. Now, notice too, she called the police. The police, and none of the reports are saying that she has bruises or scars or any broken bones. So it's not like this, it was a struggle and she had to stab him to save his life. Now, some media outlets are trying to like turn this into like a, oh, well, it was when they use the term domestic dispute, or they say they have a history of domestic disputes, domestic violence, that implies to a person that they have a tendency to go back and forth violently, that they're known for kind of hitting each other. So that would imply to you that this was a grown man and a woman, and he was doing something, he was hitting her and she stabbed him in self-defense. That's kind of the implication that they want to give you by saying that. All right. But when they picked her up, she didn't, it's not like she had any bruises or any signs of that she was in a struggle to where she needed to stab somebody. Now, do you know how bad? I mean, I've been in fights before. I'm sure a lot of us have been in fights before. Oh, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the mods too. Special salute to every single last one of you and the ones who have liked and subscribed. We've all been in fights, right? There's a certain level to where it has to go to where you need to stab somebody. Do you know how extreme a domestic fight needs to be to where you need to stab and kill someone? Like that's a pretty extreme thing to happen, especially especially due to the fact that she didn't have any sign that she was getting beat up. So that shows me that they weren't in a fight. This is the media, and I'm saying this, and I read that because I normally would have just went off on the story because I'm sure you all know the story by now. And if you guys don't know the story by now, I would have just explained it. But I read the article, especially the one from the beginning, to show this is kind of the slant they're having in the story. Okay. They're not really telling much about her. They're really not telling that much about her. And they're not trying to make her seem like a bad person. Now, notice no charges. She went to a mental institution because she said that she was crazy. So with that little loophole, she went to a mental institution. Let me ask you, do you think if Obum Selly stabbed his OnlyFans girlfriend, that he would have gotten no charges and they went to a mental institution and had his name kept out of the press, out of the media? No, absolutely not. Torian, exactly right. Now his family wants us to be on their side. I'm sorry, we can't do that. Hey, we can't do that. And we will get into why. But before that, okay, I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen this part yet, but apparently I'm not going to show because I'm not going to show that first. Esmont is in here. Angus is in here. Mataha, I guess. Judah Queen. Yes. Okay. Now, apparently, the day, I think this happened Saturday or sometime, the very next day after murdering her boyfriend and getting off because she was crazy, because she's an OnlyFans prostitute, she did an OnlyFans special. And now people are starting to see her like at a bar, just at a public bar, getting something to drink, as if nothing has happened, as if she's just, it's just a regular old day for her. She is less upset about murdering her boyfriend that she was living with. This is not like they just started dating. Even if you just start dating somebody and you kill them, you think you'd be a little bit upset. Exactly. OnlyFans prostitute. That's exactly what she is. Torian is doing a video about this tomorrow. Wait, no, yeah. Hold on. That's what did he say that? Okay, yeah. He said that right here. So you guys definitely want to check his channel out. I damn sure will be. Okay. When in the slightest situation, if you kill somebody on accident, in any situation where you kill somebody, to a normal moral person, you're kind of gonna be shucking up about that. Even if it was self-defense, even if it was self-defense, you're gonna be shooken up about that to an extent. Even if you were completely innocent and you had to do it in self-defense, the average person who's not like a psychopath isn't going to be, well, let me just go to the bar, let me just, play with myself on OnlyFans, let me just, act as if my life is just completely normal now. You're going to be shooken up about that to an extent, especially if you are dating that person and you are living with that person and you kill them, and now you're, playing with yourself on camera the very next day. I mean, damn. Yeah, she has no soul. That's just absolutely heartless. And Torian said, her voice is deep, sounds like Barry White. First off, she's clearly got a lot of work done. If you look at her face, she's fake titties, fake face, fake. Come on. She's in Florida, people. That's a very normal thing for the Beckys to do down there. So she's showing no remorse. So we're thinking like, wow, how could he have fallen for a woman who clearly doesn't care about him like that? Like this poor man. And then, shout out to Nick, the guy who's in here. And then we think, because you want to feel empathy for somebody who was murdered, because we don't want to justify that. Now, I'm going to read you some things, but I want to preference, I'm not justifying the fact that he was killed. I'm not doing that. He does not deserve to be stabbed to death by his white girlfriend, okay? I'm not justifying him being killed, but there's something deeper to this. There's levels to this. There's layers to this that we will be getting into. Now, before we start feeling very, very bad for him, and shout out to, hold on, let me see. Shout out to Tariq for posting this, and I'm about to share this. Okay. This is some of Obum Selly. I hope you guys can see it. Okay. Hopefully you all can see it now. Yeah, let me see if I can do like that. Maybe you guys can see it. Okay. These are like a screenshot collage of his tweets that he's made. Okay. Full of, now he was talking about his class, full of ignorant black women. Okay. He's called black people akata. Now that's interesting because I thought akata wasn't a derogatory word, and yet he's calling black people akata in a derogatory way. That's very interesting. Don't you think it's interesting that akata is never used in a way that's not derogatory, but they always claim that akata is not a derogatory word? I think that's very interesting. Okay, here's another one. Why is there always one ghetto black boy in the back talking throughout the class? Get out, chill, LOL. Oh, okay. All right. The way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. I will say, out of all of his tweets, I felt like that one aged the worst. Once again, I am tired of these black girls in my government class. Oh, wow. I mean, okay. And we continue. I want a white girl. Help. I can teach a white girl a little bit about African culture. Okay. All right. When a beautiful white girl, now the thing is, beautiful white girl, that's an oxymoron. You cannot put those two things in the same sentence, but okay. When a beautiful white girl, or when the beautiful white girls wear yoga pants, then they got the little smile emoji. Oh. All right. I mean, I guess he likes boards, very thin boards. I mean, I don't know. It says, he goes on to say, when white girls wear booty shorts, says white girls wearing white booty shorts everywhere. Now that's what I like to see. I don't think it counts as booty shorts if you don't have a booty though. That's just my personal opinion. All right. I love white people. Sheet. Me a white girl. All right. Oh, okay. Well, he's going off. He loves them. First off, we're Akatas. He doesn't respect us. The black girls are ghetto, which it seemed very weird to have such a no. Okay, your standard is your standard. If you don't like ghetto girls, all right then. But then you wind up dating an OnlyFans girl who killed you. I just find that tweet aged very poorly. All of his tweets really did. Okay, the white girls. Oh my God, them white girls, not the Akata girls. They're so ghetto. All right, the disrespect. Okay, SpongeBob SquarePants back. Oh man. Oh Lord. Okay. Oh, okay. I will open this up because I don't want to be that long because I know you guys want to talk about this. Now, some people, what I found very interesting is under Tariq's post. Shout out to Tariq again. Under one of his posts, let me see. Let me see. Somebody our brother by the name of I Am Legend. He goes, ooh, hold on. I just shared the screen. I just closed it out. That was my fault. Okay. He has this to say. This is his cousin. Now, his cousin is the one who really broke the news about Courtney Taylor, which is the OnlyFans prostitute's name. This girl just stabbed my cousin to death and got on bail in less than a day. Yeah, because she's a white girl and she pretended to be crazy. Crazy white girl. I'm sorry, I was just hyped up on all the Starbucks. All right. But these are some of her tweets. I really don't like a lot of black people. Damn. I will never date an Akata. There has to be some foreign in them. I'm done with these Akata boys. Oh, LOL. Oh. Now look at this one. Okay. You can tell if someone's African or just black, and not just by the way they look. Oh, all right. Okay then. Now, hold on, let me see. Now, the thing is that you can't tell. A lot of times you can tell. We do have different phenotypes. But the thing is that I find it interesting back then they were saying, oh, African and black, as if they were two different things. Now that we're trying to get reparations, foundational black Americans are making progress to get reparations. Now it's well, what do you mean? We all black, brothers. We are brothers, and you are all from the motherland. And when the cops pull me over, they cannot tell the difference between me and you. They know me and they know you, and we are the same to them, my brother. So we're the same now. They don't say you can't tell the difference between African and black now that we want reparations. We're the Akatas before though. Okay, I just find that very interesting. But something else, that was his cousin giving the same anti-foundational black American talking points that he was. Now the thing is that a lot of this stems from the family. You can tell this is a very close-knit family. You can tell that. You can tell this family shared the same ideology. It wasn't just him. It wasn't just his cousin. This is the family. This is him, his cousin, his uncle, his grandma, his grandpa, his damn auntie, his mama, his daddy. All of them had we are better than them. We come here and we work and we do what we are so smart and educated, and they do not know they are Akatas and lazy and ghetto, and the white girls with the booty shorts, and they look so good. I mean, that's what they're coming here on. Oh, all right. The whole family is like that. And then when we say, hey, you know what? Africans are taught to have disdain for foundational Black Americans. They act dumb. They play like they're stupid, like they don't understand that this is a talking point at their house. When they're coming in to get reparations, we all the Black people, and I'm Black and you're Black and you're no Black. We all come from the motherland, brother. What do you mean? You're FBA, I'm Nigerian, and I'm here, you're here. We're in this together because the cops don't see us any differently. So okay, all right then. But when they're at home, when we say, okay, well, what does Akata mean? They act like, oh, I've never heard of that word before. I don't know what you're talking about now. Akata? I have never heard of that word before. So now they're acting stupid. They're acting stupid and in their homes, they get around and they sit up there, oh, that Akata, you don't want to date that Akata. Oh, okay. So it's Akata this, it's ghetto this, they're so dumb and lazy this. All right. I feel okay, all right. We're dumb and lazy. They don't want to be around us. Remember her cousin saying, I'm done with the Akata boys. She's done with them. He doesn't like the Akatas. They don't like the Akatas. So, okay. All right. Even though it's the Akatas, the reason that they're over here, okay, they're not home talking shit about Akatas. They're in the land we built, and they're benefiting from the privileges that we made for them, and they have the audacity to come here and to call us Akatas and to disrespect us. They have the audacity to do that when we are the reason that they're here in the first place. They're not at home. It's one thing if you're talking shit at your house and you're just in this big mansion in Nigeria saying, look at them over there, they are so ghetto and they don't know how to work and they are not lazy, they are so lazy and they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and they need to do what we do, and that's why we are rich. It would be one thing if they did that there, but they don't want to go home. They want to be here, but they want to be here and they talk shit about us. Okay, all right. Oh, and then okay, you can do that. Shout out to Starborn for sending this to me. You can do that. You want to be left alone? Okay, we can leave you alone. And that's what we will do. Now, you wanted to be with the right white girls because they are so sexy with their booty shorts, and that's what you wanted. Okay, all right. You got what you wanted, brother. Be careful what you wish for. And now that his prostitute stabbed him to death, he's asking for help. The family, okay, let's read this. Christian Umbumseli's brother says, we cannot do this without the community. In statement addressing Christian's previous tweets about Black people and women. Okay, let's see. Gonna read this. As a family, you might not agree with every action or statement made, but it is my duty to zealously fight for my brother. No family should have to go through what we are experiencing. We have a long legal battle ahead of us to ensure justice is served. I need your support. My family needs your support. We cannot do this without community. God bless you all. Man, what? Look. Y'all got y'all community. Y'all can go to the Nigerian community because y'all smarter than us anyway, right? Y'all smarter than us anyway. Y'all harder working than us anyway. So what are you asking us for help for? You know, I don't see what we can do. We're too ghetto. We're talking in the back of the class, and Black women disgrace themselves on television. I don't see what you can expect from the Akatas. What can you expect from us? Okay. Are they requesting? I feel like they might be. He didn't from the post. It didn't look like he linked an OnlyFans, but I think he wants us to kind of really spread awareness, and he might be asking. There probably is an OnlyFans thing. Now here's the thing. Christian did not deserve to be killed. I don't let me make that clear. He did not deserve to be killed. This is still a suspected white supremacist getting away with a black murder. That is wrong. The thing is that you reap what you sow, and that's unfortunate. Let's be real. Let's be real. That's a very unfortunate thing to happen. But the thing is that when you set yourself up in those situations, and this doesn't just go for Christian, this doesn't just go for black men who date white girls. This goes for black people in general who are out there divesting and swirling and dating their white partner, white mommy, white zaddy. That's who they're choosing to be with. Okay. That's exactly who they're choosing to be with. So then when it happens and you distance yourself away from the community, and now when something happens after you have cut ties with the community, after you have burned the bridge, you expect us to rebuild the bridge and go out there and campaign for your justice. That can't happen. That cannot happen, okay? Do you guys remember Botham John, who was also a Nigerian? Botham John, who was shot and killed in Texas by Amber Geiger when she busted into his house and shot him. And no, I gotta say this again. It was not an accident. She did not think that it was her house. Okay. So she busted in, she shot him. Now, there were black people who were going out of their way so they can get justice for both of them. Okay. If you guys remember Bunny, our brother Phil Scott, and his channel, which was the Advice Show, is now the African Diaspora News Channel. He did an interview with her. Okay. She was one of the witnesses, and shout out to both of them. She said she had lost her job. She's pretty much on the run now because she's a witness to a cop murdering somebody, and she's willing to testify. So it kind of ruined her whole life. She's getting death threats and everything. It ruined her whole life to testify so both of them can get justice. Remember, there was another brother who testified against Amber Geiger, and he wound up being killed, shot in the face and killed after the fact. So when you ask people to go out there and to fight and to go campaign for justice for somebody who has been killed in an anti-black racist way, even the people who are protesting, when people protest, that's not always a safe thing. You have violent white supremacist race soldiers out there who is remember in 2020 they're shooting black children with rubber bullets, what was it, tear gas, beating black people with batons, knocking that. There was one video I saw in Chicago where this white officer knocked a tooth out of a little black girl's mouth. She was like 15 years old, and it's a grown man, and he punched the tooth out of her mouth. These are the sacrifices that people go through. Okay, people go through things. They can lose their jobs, their businesses, their things when they're out there trying to seek justice for our fallen brothers and sisters. And unfortunately, all of that built up to his damn brother hugging Amber Geiger in the courtroom and saying, "I don't want you to go to jail. I love you. I'm gonna miss you. I forgive you." Remember all of that? Remember that? All of the sacrifice that was done up until that point, black people posting this left and right, about people pulling up her old screenshots so she can get served, she can get the justice, he can get the justice by her going to prison. And then the family got up there and they started cooning. They started saying, "Oh, I love you. I forgive you." So no, we can't do that. We can't be on the whole the FBA, which is really who he's referring to. He's referring to us when he's talking about the community. We can't be the damn Avengers every time somebody falls, every time somebody gets killed. We're out there, we're doing the work, And then when it comes time for the bag, when it comes time for something, now you guys are getting all of the damn GoFundMe donations. Now you guys are getting all of the clout, and you guys are getting your profile boosted. And the sad part is that had a foundational Black American been killed, you guys wouldn't have done the same thing. Obum Selly wouldn't have been out there protesting for Black lives and anti-Black racism. He wouldn't have been doing that, talking about white supremacy. He's laying in bed with a damn OnlyFans prostitute. And his whole family apparently thinks the same way. So you're not going to do that for us, but you expect us to go out of our way to do that for you guys. No. We got way too much going on. We got our own problems to deal with. And it's unfortunate. And like I said for the last time, he doesn't deserve to be killed at all. But we're not going to lie here and act like this dude was some type of civil rights icon and that he needs to be avenged. Okay? She does deserve punishment. She does deserve punishment. I will 100% say that. But should we be the ones doing it? I don't know. I don't think so. I think 2022 is the year. I mean, you got the Africans in Ukraine. You got Obum Selly. You got Jussie Smollett. You got a whole lot of people. I think this is the year for the Negro wake-up call. 2022 seems like the damn Negro wake-up call year. This is your Negro wake-up call. Because what you're not going to do is first off, nobody is owed all this Black support, okay? You're not owed people going out of their way to seek justice for you beyond your immediate family. You're not owed that. You're asking for the community just because you're a melanated individual. And you've already cut your ties. You've cut your ties. You made sure that bridge was burned. Now, some people are bringing up the fact that, oh, well, those tweets, those were like, he was in high school. That was years ago. You can't hold him to the same standards that you would hold him to before when he made those tweets. Now, that's fair. That is okay. All right, that's fair. If and only if he had done something to show that that's not what he believes today. If he had done something to show, oh, that's not what I think currently, that's not what I think today, then okay, then I would say, well, those are old tweets. But clearly, those tweets, he still has the same ideology because he he was dating a white OnlyFans prostitute. So his fetish for white girls clearly lasted the test of time. He didn't change. If he would have changed, he would have deleted those tweets. Nobody has any tweets of him saying anything that was pro-Black or Black first or anything that was advocating for the benefit of Black society. We got tweets of him dissing Black people. We don't have tweets of him promoting anything for Black people. We have tweets of him promoting white girls and denigrating Black girls. Okay. But you want us to go avenge him. I'm sorry. We got too many other problems. We have too many other problems. I said I would allow people to come up and call in so people can give their opinion. So the link, and shout out to everybody who has liked already. We are deep in here. We are definitely up in here. The comment is in here. Let me make sure this is pinned to the top of the screen. All right. It's pinned. Let me see some of the comments real quick while we waiting. See some of the comments. Y'all been in here deep. Oh, he was waiting. Shout out to the brother Torian. Torian, how
you listen? You knew I couldn't resist calling in for this one.
Yeah. I was counting on it.
Yeah, this situation is quite interesting. I said it looks like divesting is being equal opportunity this year, because usually it's pretty one-sided, but it's looking like it's saying we can work both ends of the spectrum. It doesn't have to just be one gender. We can go after both of them. But yeah, this thing is wild to me. And it was like the nerve of his family member to come out and expect us to just leap out there and be in support. I'm like, nah, that's not happening. I think a lot of us have already had our minds made up. I looked in the comment sections of pretty much every post that has written about this on every like Instagram page, and the comments are pretty much all the same. They're really not, vibing with this dude, like, because of what happened. It's messed up that he lost his life in the way that he did, but at the same time, nobody's really, leaping out there to try to defend him. And that's coming from both black women and black men, because a lot of people fail to realize, like, you read the tweets, is that, yeah, he was going in on black women quite a bit, but he made blanket statements about black men too. The usual dub as talking points that they love to make about us, the lazy, uneducated part and everything like that, using the Akata term and whatnot. So he just had a lot of self-hate. Now, it's one picture that came out that you didn't pull up, but I'll mention it right now. There was a picture where she was sitting on the windowsill. I don't know how somebody got a picture of that, but it was a picture of her sitting on the windowsill, and I guess it was a dog or a puppy that was lying next to her, and she had, like, from her head on her body and down to her legs, a red stain. Let's just say it was not paint. That was blood. That was dried up blood. And she had nothing on but a two-piece, like, I guess like a bra and panties or some leggings or something like that.
Okay. I haven't seen that picture.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, if you was to like Google it or something like that, you would probably find it, because I made sure to incorporate that into my commentary, because I said that's very interesting. Okay. And they're not even trying to hide that picture. Like, that picture is like literally floating around all over social media.
Okay, I will doubt. Yeah, I'm looking this up right now. Actually, if you guys know, like, if you guys can send that to me, I appreciate it as I'm looking it up. Make this a little bit faster. But yeah, it's kind of like, and you have to think about how the relationship was. It makes you honestly think, because this guy was talking about how bad just really all foundationals were, just not just black women, but black men too. But him and his cousin, oh my God, the cutters. But to think, if somebody could kill their boyfriend, stab their boyfriend, even I gave her the benefit, even if you give her the benefit of the doubt and say this is self-defense, you kill somebody, okay, and then you're just, everything is totally perfectly fine the very next day. So much so you're on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, wow. You're on OnlyFans the very next day. Okay.
Yeah, I just sent the picture to you.
Okay. Sent that. Let me see. If I can screen share. Hold on. I don't think. Okay, yeah. Wow, she is like,
she's covered.
Yeah, she's like from top to bottom, like from head to toe.
And that's the dog right there in the corner looking up at her.
Wow, that's a very disturbing image.
Yeah,
that's a very disturbing image. I'm glad that you told me about that, because I didn't even know about that. I didn't even see that image.
Yep. And then someone who I was watching on YouTube, she was on that Fresh and Fit podcast or whatever it is they got going on over there. And she was basically talking about the type of men that she liked. She said she only messes with rich black men. Like, that's the only people that she messes with. She made that and let that be known. So she, she's one of those. She's one of those. And when I was looking at it, I said, don't she remind you of the white girl on Get Out? When I heard that, that's exactly that's what it reminded me of.
She kind of does. She kind of does remind me of that. Hold on. and it's like I said, it's such an interesting topic because this is why it's very unfortunate to be off code.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important for you to, as a person, to be on code, because it, like, had this, now of course this has gotten big on social media now. Had it not gotten big on social media, she would have just gotten away scot-free, totally scot-free. um Now, and from what I know, she's still charges still hasn't been charged. She hasn't been charged yet, from what I know. At least she
Right.
wasn't charged when she initially did it. And she's about to get away with something that's clearly anti-black racism. But the thing is that it's too late in the game for us to go out there and try to be avengers to everybody, try to
Exactly.
save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to at least be in good standing with the community if you're going to expect to to ask for help. If you're going to
Exactly.
expect to ask for help, you can't have a notorious history of calling us akadas, dissing us, saying we're ghetto, we're lazy, uneducated, and then when something happens, is SOS, brothers and sisters, we need your help. Um, Ignore all of the damn years that he's been dissing you guys, and those are only a handful of tweets. Only a handful of tweets. We have no idea other things he's said and other things he's done. Only a handful of tweets. He probably let that damn white girl say the N word in the bedroom, and and we're supposed to come out there and be the community to fight for his. No, we're
Yeah.
not doing that. No.
And what I didn't like is that some people tried to make it seem like all those tweets that he made was like when he was maybe in his teenage years. I'm like, this guy was 28. He was 2 years from 30. I saw some tweets that dated back to what, 2015. So that means he was in his early 20s, which means he was considered an adult. Well, he was considered an adult at 18. So he was in his right state of mind when he made those tweets. He was not some prepubescent teenager that was just coming into his teenage years. They try to make it seem like he just turned like 13, 14, 15 years old. No, some of the tweets he was 18, 20, 19, 20, 21. And then when you see who he ends up with and you look back at those tweets, it's like, okay, now it all makes sense. This is just of the mindset of what he was. And like I said, when you look at the tweets, he was very disrespectful to FBA in general, especially of course to, American black women.
Mm-hmm.
But as a consensus, he was really, really disrespectful to us, period.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. He was as like coonish as you could really get. You couldn't really get more coonish than that. Now, let me show the tweets again for those of you all who have not seen it yet. Let me read the tweets off again. And what I don't like too is the fact that people are doing the whole, well, how can you judge him for things that he was saying that long ago? It was just so long ago. My thing is that, has he said or done anything to indicate to us that he wouldn't make those tweets a month ago? He hasn't done anything to show that his ideology from these rant of tweets, these collage of tweets, he hasn't done anything to show that that's not what he still thinks now. That's not what he still believes now. And the fact that he's dating a white OnlyFans model shows that's clearly what he still thinks.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, they
I'm
keep trying to make
sorry.
it seem like they try to make it seem like these tweets were from such a long time ago. As a matter of fact, okay. So he was 28. I'm trying to do the math on this one.
He would have been 28 in a week.
Oh, so he's still 27. So he was
Yeah,
born.
he was
Okay,
still
I'm look.
27.
Okay, I'm looking at he was born in 1994. Some of those tweets dated back to 2012. He was 18. He was 18 when the 2012 tweets was popping up. 17 going on 18 if they were before April, whatever his birthday was. So he was up. He knew what he was. Listen, they try to make it seem like he was 10.
Yeah.
He
They
was
make it seem
17,
like he didn't
18 years
know any
old when he
better.
started posting these tweets up. And I think the most recent ones that they could find dated back to 2015. So he was like 21 or somewhere in his early 20s.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And not only, one of the most interesting things I found about this situation is it's not just what he thinks. His cousin was making the same type of tweets. Let me share that real quick. His cousin was making really the same type of tweets. And I assume that his cousin is pretty much the same age, around about, right? I really don't like a lot of black people. I will never date Nakata. These are just some of the tweets. She made another tweet saying that she doesn't like black guys that only like white girls. That aged very poorly. The family needs to get off Twitter. The whole family.
That's funny. She didn't like black guys that dated white girls, so you didn't like your cousin. How about that?
I found like that didn't age very well for her at all. And the thing is that shows me that this is a cultural thing. Mm-hmm. This isn't just a thing between, oh yeah, he was a coon, because some people are being like, well, there's FBA black dudes, they don't like black girls, they date white girls, so like you don't make it a Nigerian thing, but no, because your sister, most of the time, when an FBA coon, when a foundational coon, unfortunately, we do have some, and they go out of their way to date a white girl, most of the time, the whole family ain't on that. Yeah. It's just that one little weird dude. It's not that he's on that, the cousin's on that, the whole family's on that. That's not the case all the time. This is the case, and it's not just they like white people. They like white people and dislike black people. That's a thing that happens in the home. That's them coming here from Nigeria with the same we're better than the Akatas, we're smarter than them, we work harder than them, they're lazy, they're ghetto, and white people are just, angels. That's the mentality of a lot of them. And they have a lot of nerve, to me, to not address that, to act like when we bring that up that we're coming out of nowhere. They're sitting up there making rooms and spaces talking about how FBA is a hate group because we're saying that Nigerians and other Africans throughout the diaspora don't have a claim to our reparations. So we're saying that they don't have a claim to our reparations. All of a sudden, ain't we all brothers? We all brothers in this, and we all working together. So we're black now when it's reparations time, but before we were lazy, we were Akatas, we didn't want to work, and they were stealing our jobs, and they were just so much better than us, and they were replacing us, and we were insecure of them. But now look at who they're asking for help, because when something happens to us, we don't be asking them for help. Have you guys noticed that?
Because we know we ain't gonna get it. We're gonna get a bunch of pushback. We already established that.
Yeah. You're making a great point. We can't expect for them to help us. And we never have. They've never helped us, and we don't expect for them to help. So it's like, okay, we gotta get it out the mud. So we gotta do what we have to do by ourselves. But now he's all like, damn. Because the thing is, when this situation is, we have spoiled them too much. And when I say them, I don't just mean Nigerians, I mean pretty much non-FBA in general. We have spoiled them to the extent where they get to come here and they get to disrespect us. And then when they need something, we're supposed to just hop up and we're supposed to run to their rescue. They think that they're Jada Pinkett Smith and we're Will Smith. And they get to have the rants of disrespecting us. And then the second somebody says something about them, the second somebody does something to them, we're supposed to get up and we're supposed to run to their rescue. That's because that's what we've been doing, because we've had the mentality that all black people, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. So we're all going to go out there and we're all going to fight for justice. So now that we're starting to get the concept of, okay, we've tried, we did what we could do. It can't be done because you guys didn't want it to be done. So we're on our own. So you guys over here, we're over here. You know, now there is B1s who are not FBA. Let me make that clear. There are B1s from Nigeria, from other parts in Africa and the Caribbean. So let's just, I mean, and salute to them, shout out to them. But if you off code, you can't expect the privileges of being on code. The community standing up for you is a privilege of you being on code. You can't expect that by being off code.
Mm-hmm.
We have Kid Gravity is in here. Kid Gravity B1 salute to you, brother. How are you?
Akata. Hello, Akatas. Akatas. Wow. A white woman has killed one of our brethren. Are you going to help us?
Listen. I'm sorry.
I do not want to hear. I do not want to hear that hashtag. Hold your own nuts. I do not want to hear that. I want to see Pan-Africanism thrive. So this is the number one step.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna respond to that like they did with the old answering machines back in the day. You know, when they called you and they left that little automated message that went something like, "I'm sorry, this number could not be completed as dialed. Please hang up and try again. If you need help, please dial your operator." Click. That's how it will go.
If you help us here, we will not do no more scams. Please help us.
Please help.
I thought about them emails. Remember the old emails that you would get? Listen. If it was not for us, Amber Geiger would still be free. So now you have to help us again. Please.
You know what? The funny thing about Amber Geiger is the fact I feel like y'all wanted her to be free.
Oh, you know them. You know them Nigerians. Hang on, brother. You know them Nigerians wanted that white woman free. They wanted to play the pass around game with her real fast.
I almost threw my phone. I was in my room. I almost threw my phone across the room when I saw that. I almost threw my damn phone. I was like, "Are you serious? Yeah. Is this a joke?"
Listen, she's gonna be the new Casey Anthony. You will see her on Fox News come July time. She will be wearing the whole red, white, and blue get up, and she's going to be saying how laws in this country are so beautiful that they can exonerate a woman of doing something that she didn't do that she did.
Yeah.
And shout out to her daddy, too. Her daddy knew how to be on code. She said, "My daughter did it, but y'all not going to convict her because she's a blonde-haired white woman." And that's just that's just another black person.
That is. They're not used to being punished really in any way, really for harming black people whatsoever. So they're looking at it. That's why they get offended. They don't even get mad they're getting punished. They get offended like, "Hey, I'm not white enough to get the privileges of killing a Negro. Like, what is this? I've waited my whole life to kill one of them."
Yep. Hey, would you like to tell them Afro, or would you like to tell them Torian? I'll do it for you. Y'all hyphens aren't working now, are they? You just one of us. You just a regular black person nowadays. Welcome to the new life. I told y'all after this election, everybody's black again. Jamaicans, you are just like, well, you're not like the Gullah Geechees, but you will be on their level in terms of being a black person. You Haitians, you are going to be just like the cats up in Harlem who sit there and drink all day. You just like us. They tired of your accents. They just haven't come out yet and told you yet. And then, like y'all said, you have everybody taking their flags out of their bios now.
Yep, I peeped that out. I peeped that out for it used to be a thing. It used to be a hashtag called foreign flags. They had pride in that. And now they're realizing that damn, that's like that's like a red spot for them. So now they're taking a lot of them are taking that out of their bios. And they're deleting like old Akata tweets.
Now, but y'all keep forgetting B1 Society kept those screenshots.
Yeah, the real ones will always stand the test of time. We will always be able to weed them out. because there are certain things that I just read and I'm all like, this sounds like tether talk. I can almost instantly tell, like, yeah, this is some tether babble. This is some tether talk right here. And then come to find out, like, oh yeah, okay, um, you are not from here. And this is the thing why I said 2022 seems like it's the year of the Negro wake up call, because the Africans in Ukraine, um the Jussie Smollett, now you have Ubum Seli, all of these, you thought you could be African. There's a difference between African and black. There's a difference between black and black LGBT. There's a difference between black and Nigerian black. Okay, but you getting treated like a nigga regardless. Y'all thought y'all was special in your little splinter sections and in your little groups, and now you realize that, oh no, you're not special at all. Oh, salute to our brother Logan, our brother Samuel Logan, B1 family. I have helped we have helped long enough. Hold your own nuts. Happy new Black Media Month. Happy new Black Media Month to you too. We have. And the thing is, with that is that, and salute to his super chat too.
Yes, sir.
Oh damn, I didn't even have my banner up this whole time.
Yeah, put that up there, bro. I'm put something on your Cash App when we're done. But hey, y'all Okada haters, y'all better start wearing these so they'll distinguish yourselves from everybody else. Please do that.
You know, it's funny you say that too, because remember when Black Panther came out back in 2018, and how you had a lot of black people everywhere, literally dressing up like in the African garb or wearing the dashikis and everything like that, and how many of them got so mad that people were doing that. And it was like, it's like black people were not making fun of you. They were just doing it because they were going along with the theme of the movie. Y'all didn't get mad at Kevin Feige for releasing this movie
because he's a good white man.
Let me, you know what's interesting about that? They got more mad, and we didn't do it in a mocking way. We did it in a way of, okay, well, this movie is largely set in Wakanda, which is a fictional place in Africa. But if it's about African and you got the clothing, you know, it's the theme of the movie, and we're trying to kind of pay homage, and you know, we're going. So it was done in a respectful way, and they got triggered and pissed, saying that we were culturally appropriating them. I'm like, I found that's very interesting, because they got more mad at us for wearing dashikis than they did at Nancy Pelosi when she was wearing what the dashiki,
the kente cloth.
And she was taking a knee.
Don't forget Schumer too. He was down there on his knees too.
When white people wear it, they get less mad at them when white people wear it than they do at us when we wear it.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, we're not the real Africans.
I remember it was some FBA. They did the day. I don't know if they still do it. If not, I wish they still did it. It was a few years ago. They had you had black people FBA. Well, at the time FBA wasn't a thing. But just know they were Black Americans. They had said, you know what? We feel like Halloween is not really for us. It's not really for, black people and everything like that. So how about on the day before Halloween, on October 30th, we create something called National Dashiki Day? And it actually caught on. Like, it was something that they created specifically, like, on social media, and it caught on. Like, it pretty much made its rounds, but I don't know where it stands right now. And you actually had people on October 30th wearing dashikis.
Oh, okay. And where was this again?
I'm not exactly sure where it originated at, but I know that I remember seeing it on social media. You even had some people, if they, got so creative with it, that they made their own dashikis.
Yeah. And you said Foundation Black Americans did this?
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. We have always been, and this is why I don't like, somebody posted this early in the chat room, that now they're making articles saying that we're being xenophobic. or whatnot, because now we're calling things out now. We're calling things out. And I keep having spaces where it's all like where they come, why do you guys remember whatchamacallit, what's his name? Kid Gerbo and his talking points, and why do you guys have all this smoke for other black Africans, but you don't have these smokes for other non-black immigrants like the Hispanics and the Asians? Okay.
Where have they been?
I'm all like, first off, we have had smoke for them for years. The reason why there's smoke for you all is because you guys come over here on some tether nonsense. You guys come over here and you guys start messing up the game for us. You guys come over here and say, I don't feel like, remember the space we did, Torian, before, and I did another space before where I brought up the a collage where a whole bunch of non-FBAs were talking about, well, you know what, I don't feel like they deserve reparations. Slavery happened so long ago, that's divisive. They were the ones who are coming in kind of messing up the bag for reparations. Now you got people like Kamala Harris and Ketanji Brown Jackson in office, and they're working against black society. So now we're starting to peep game. Now we're starting to realize that, hey, you know what? A lot of our issues when it comes to the black coons, and I'm not saying every single last one of them are non-FBA, or that all non-FBA are coons, but I'm saying that there is a pattern. There seems to be a pattern. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now that we're starting to call out the pattern, now we're being divisive. Now we're being xenophobic.
But we're doing that to make sure you guys wake up.
Yeah. Because the thing is that you guys play footsie with the dominant society. That's the problem. Just like him. He was doing a little bit more than playing footsie. They play footsie with the dominant society, and then next thing you know, when the dominant society says, okay, we're gonna stab you in the back, like Professor Black Truth says, when white supremacy is going with their tools, they always break their tools. So now when white supremacy is about to break you, then it's black people, black Americans, come save me. We're all black, right? I need your help.
No. I think you guys are done saving people.
I think so too.
Like I said, I do not begrudge you guys for saying you're circling the wagons around your own. All I'm gonna say, as a Jamaican, I just need y'all to get y'all's reparations, because number one, you guys deserve it, and number two, I need that blueprint because Queen Elizabeth gotta come see me. France gotta come see me. The Arabs gotta come see me. The Jews gotta come see me, and the Dutch gotta come see me. There's a lot of money they took out of Jamaica that can. And
I'm gonna touch on that in just a second. Let me get to this super chat. Shout out to Ace World for the super chat. My FBA brother, Unity among us. Hold on, let me read it. It's bigger this way. My FBA brother Unity amongst us is their worst nightmare. That's very true. What is that word? Delineating. I can barely see it. Hold on, I can't make it that much. Delineating is a must. Oh, that's come. Delineating is a must. Feelings will get hurt, but it's necessary. Hashtag gatekeeping. Hashtag hold your own nuts. I absolutely agree, and salute to you for the super chat. Okay, it's necessary. Yeah, it might hit close to home. Yeah, it might hit a nerve. But for instance, Kid Gerbo is Jamaican. If it don't apply, if you're on code and it don't apply, then just know it don't apply. No, we're saying it for a reason. We're not saying it to be spiteful. We're not saying it to be hateful. And I'm glad he brought up the point too. When it comes to the reparations, you guys understand, as goes America, goes the rest of the world, right?
Correct.
You guys have, I believe that every black person in the world has claims to reparations to a government that has aggrieved them. Okay. When we get our foundation, our slavery reparations, that's going to set the precedent for everybody, for all black people, like for instance France and the British and everybody to get their reparations, and then we're going to start turning the tide. But what we need to do is we need to vet and weed out these tethers, because they're seeing so short term. They're seeing, they have such hate for us that they're all like, I'd be damned if you guys get anything that I don't get. I'm supposed to get everything before you, so I'd be damned if you get anything I don't get. I will mess up the bag for everybody before you get something that I don't get. Okay, so they need to get out of the we need to get them out of the paint.
Yes, sir. That's why I don't even like that Winsome Sears chick down there in Virginia, because she said something off code yesterday talking about that Juice Museum and how they deserve their reparations. And I'm like, man, your country needs reparations as well, but you just want to bypass that because you want white folks to love you.
Yeah,
but you're gonna find out real soon.
Have you ever seen that movie Watchmen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But funny thing, I'm sorry, I had to see it later when I was an adult because my parents wouldn't let me watch it. My parents wouldn't let me watch that movie. There's too many inappropriate things in the movie, so I had to watch it later as an adult. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Keep going.
It was a quote from the Rorschach character in that movie that I really, really, really love. Like, it actually like stuck with me. I couldn't remember the whole thing, but I actually just found it because I could only remember the last part of the quote, which stuck out to me the most. And it said, "The streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are full of blood. And when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up about their waist, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, 'Save us,' and I'll look down and whisper, 'No.'" I've always loved that quote because that last part reminds me so much when everyone keeps asking us to save them from something, and we can just look, and it's like when we get to that position when we can finally tell them no, we're in that position now, which is why they're freaking out all over the place. It's a wonderful feeling just to say no after so many years of having to say yes, even when you didn't want to say it. It's power behind that word no. It's a 2-letter word, but it's very powerful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So when you guys having that press conference where you tell all the tethers and the Akata haters, it's the summer of FBA. Y'all can stay over there with y'all steel drums and jollof rice and jerk chicken, because I gotta throw the Jamaicans in there too. And when y'all get some get right, then y'all can come back. Come see us in 2030.
To me, it's such a tricky thing because I don't enjoy seeing stuff like this. I really don't. You know, I don't enjoy, like, when the black people in Ukraine, I didn't enjoy seeing them get, racially abused and beaten up. I didn't enjoy seeing that. It's not pleasant for us to see. But the reality of the situation is that you will always reap what you sow. Now, that could be a good thing or that can be a bad thing. Okay. You lay in a bed, now you have to sleep in it. And we've been telling them for years. So now all I'm doing is now FBA, we're really on the I told you so page. We're really on the, we called it. We said it. Now, when we said something against white, I remember when we said something against white people, they was all like, "Oh, you're racist." Do you know how many times black people have said, "Man, that sounds kind of racist, man. That's a little racist, buddy. That's racist, man." They were calling me racist, and I was like, okay. And then, and this was years. And then, after George Floyd was killed, they was like, "I see what you mean." I'm like, okay, all right then. So now we're now, because we've been too humble. Ultimately, we've been too humble. Now we're on the I told you so page. Now we're on the, y'all wanted to be over there with them folks. Y'all wanted to hang out with them. You thought white ICE was colder. Okay. You thought white women was better than black women. You thought white men was better than black men. Okay, so now what happens? Now that the police want to pretty much let your killer go. And you expect us to fight for you, but you fought to be over there. You fought to burn the bridge. You fought to cut the tide. So Okay. What do you expect us to do? The bridge is burnt thanks to you. So now we're on the I told you so. Because when you burn the bridge, don't expect us to rebuild the bridge if you need it. And there's no safety bridge. There's no extra bridge. So now when you're waving, help me, guys. I need your help. I need your help. My brother's been stabbed to death by a white girl. We need you. Stop being lazy and help us. We are so smarter than you. We are better than you. But right now, we need your help. Okay, please be like us and help us and do some work. And you're waving from the other side. You're waving from the other side of the cliff, and we're like, "Oh, can't help you. You burned this bridge. Remember? I'm not gonna lie. The grass looks a lot better on this side." You're like, "No, help us. We are sorry. We did not mean to do it to you. You are not an Akata. You are my brother. You are my brother from the motherland."
Hold your own nuts.
Hey.
Hold your own fufu. Tell the Nigerians that. They love it. Hold your own fufu.
They're fufu and then the jollof rice.
Yeah. And kwambi, that stew they be eating, pepper pot stew, all that.
Yep.
You know what I found out the other day?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to discuss y'all. I found out that they eat dogs over there. I saw a YouTube video about that. I didn't click it though.
We have 100 people in the chat. This is incredible.
This is the power of Afro Elite.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to them numbers, please.
Yeah, well, salute to you. Salute to you, brother. I see you up and rising. Your numbers are growing fast. Salute everybody. Y'all check out our brother Kid Gravity.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Kid Gravity Beyond. And his page. And of course, you guys have already known, especially if you've seen my video yesterday with Torian. You guys should check out our brother Torian and his page as well too.
What would be the Akata? What would be the symbol for the Nigerians to ask the Akata for help? Like, what's their symbol? Because we got the bat signal. What would it be?
I don't.
Would it be like the Pan? Would it be like the Pan African flag? Or would it just say FBA? Like, you remember the show Ghost Rider?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
On PBS.
Yeah. Like
Rally FBA. They just write that in the book.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think it's Pan-Africanism because they don't even practice Pan-Africanism amongst themselves, amongst Nigerians. They don't practice Pan-Africanism. They have different tribal beefs and different wars and all that going on in their country. They just want our help. When they ask for help, they don't ask for other Nigerians' help. They don't ask for the damn Caribbeans' help. They don't ask for other Africans' help. They're asking for our help.
Mm-hmm. And then when it gets bad, and then it gets bad there, they run to South Africa. And now the South Africans are even running them out of the country.
Yeah.
So then they go run to Houston.
So it's unfortunate, but this is the year. So 2020, the 2023. Okay. Now I tend to be a more graceful person. Some people are not as graceful, and I understand that. But I tend to be. So 2023, maybe 2024, we'll come back to the table, and if you guys have written a nice apology, we will consider it. After you guys have gotten your ass whooped, and then after we have seen some of the work that you guys have been put in, then you guys will come and be like, you know what? Everything we've ever said was wrong. We are willing to fall in line and get on code. And I'm like, okay, that's cool now.
I don't see you guys doing that. I don't see.
What kills me is when they try to ask you dumb questions like, "What does it mean to be on code?" I think it's like you already know the answer to that. But see, the thing is, a lot of them don't want to be on code because too many of them are out of order, and they don't want that disrupted. Mm-hmm. And to have something of structure literally interrupts their dysfunction, and too many of them are living and drowning in dysfunction so much. They're choking on it right now. It's like a pill. They're choking on that dysfunctional pill, and that's all they want. I guess that's all they want for their life. Just like when you had that space a couple weeks ago when you was passing judgment, and they were getting upset about that. That's the perfect example of what it means to actually, be on code or have some kind of order or some kind of structure. And they didn't like that so much. I did, though. That was actually very interesting to watch, because for those who have never seen something like that before, that is like, oh wow. So, imagine that was to be widespread amongst the masses. It would literally send shockwaves throughout the world.
And that's definitely something. And our brother, the Black Authority, says that too. We need like a Black Nuremberg, where we're starting to kind of punish and hold accountable all of the Black people who've been off code. And to be honest, that space that we had where we were holding those people who are off code and who are working against us, I feel like there needs to be another space very similar to that coming very soon. So don't be surprised if you guys see me Torian Kid Gravity up there holding court. It might be another court session coming up very soon.
Hey, make sure you get a gavel for that. We need that gavel.
I probably do need a gavel for that. But I feel like court definitely does need to be held, because what we have is there's no, like Torian said, there's no order. And everybody, the code is not rocket science. Reparations is not rocket science, but they pretend like they don't know, so they can keep doing what they're doing. They pretend like they don't know what it means to be on code, so they can keep doing off code things, but they know what they're doing is off code. So at this point, if you just don't know, if, for instance, if you break the law and you didn't know what the law is, that does not exempt you from being punished. You can still be punished for breaking the law, even if you didn't know what the law was. You can still be given a ticket for breaking a traffic law, even if you didn't know that was a traffic law. They can still write you a speeding ticket for speeding, even if you didn't know what the speeding ticket was. So at this point, if you act off code, you don't even get the benefit of the doubt that you don't know what the code is. We can't afford to give you that benefit of the doubt anymore. If you wanted to know what the code is, there's a lot of places, a lot of people. They should be subscribed to y'all. If people want to know what the code, what being on code is supposed to be like, but they don't want to be on code. So we have to just assume that if you're off code, that's because you want to be off code. So if you want to be off code, then you will have to be punished like that. That's just what it is. But I'm not going to be in here too much longer. I'm going to let you guys get your last words. Where can people find you?
Well, you guys can find me here on YouTube, Kid Gravity Beyond. You can also find me on Instagram at Kid Gravity Beyond. Twitter at The Kid Gravity. And yeah, just check out my 2 podcasts, anywhere y'all play y'all ratchet music at. And, it's time to bring the divestors up. That'll be my contribution to that room. The divestors are going to be put on trial, because I got a whole lot of evidence. So it might look like a Senate confirmation here when I'm finished. I'm just going to warn y'all now.
All right. Shout out to the Kid Gravity. Torian.
All right, y'all can find me on here, of course, Torian Rain Reloaded. You can also find me on Twitter at Torian Rain, on Instagram at Torian_Rain. And again, shout out to you, Afro Elite, Kid Gravity. It is still New Black Media Appreciation Month.
Yes, sir.
So, we still going to act accordingly and still pump out this information that, of course, the masses is, if they're not scared to tell it, they're not, they're afraid to tell it like it is, like how we do over here, and do it unapologetically, of course. Because, like we were just saying, when it comes to being on code, a lot of people are scared to be on code because it feels like it's an infringement on their life, whatever that life may be, but it is what it is, and they're going to just have to deal with it.
Hey, Torian, I have one question for you, brother.
What's that?
I like them sneakers you bought. How much?
Oh, thank you. They were $199.
Damn, that's not bad.
That is not bad, brother. I've never paid more than $60 for some sneakers, so I don't know. Well, I hope you get a whole bunch of use out of them.
Hey, well, if they Black owned, I'll pay top dollar for them.
Well, he said he got them from Seji Hito, so
Yeah, I definitely will be wearing them for the first time when I go out to LA in a couple of weeks, because that's really why I bought them, of course, to break them in while I'm out there.
please
But
be
yeah.
careful out there, brother. Please.
Oh, I most definitely
Yes,
definitely
please.
will. I already know, like I said, I already know some people that's out there that I'm gonna pretty much be chilling with the whole time that I'm out there. So I'm gonna be good though.
Yeah, okay. And do you hate the Lakers?
I'm not a fan of the Lakers. However, I do like the show, that Winning Time show on HBO Max.
That was a good show, though. That is a good show. I had my reservations about it, but
Yeah,
it
I
was
do
really
like the
good.
show.
I'm gonna check that out when I
Yeah.
get a chance to. But thank you very much. Thank you both very much
No problem.
for being on here. I'm going to gotta get off here. But if you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you guys have not followed me on my social media, Twitter, the Afro Elite, Instagram, Afro Elite,
Hey, Kat.
do so. And the links will be in the description below. You guys should definitely subscribe, leave a like as well. I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to Samuel Logan for the super chat. Shout out to Ace World for the super chat. Shout out to everybody who's in here, and shout out to everybody who's liked and subscribed. Of course.
Hey, one last thing. One last thing. Hey, tell him what you got to do. Tell him. What do you say? Cut the what?
Cut the check.
Very good. Very good. Got to start him young.
Cut the check. Oh, man.
Got to start him young, brother. Got to start him young. All right, go to bed now.
Absolutely.
Got to start him young.
Cut the check.
Cut the check. She's half FBA, so she might as well go get her money.
Well, we fighting for her.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All
So
right.
then you all, family, you all have a good one. I will catch you guys later this week.
Yes, sir.